Life has many colors. To understand the beauty of colors, a person must reach youth, crossing their childhood. When a person reaches youth, then only she begins to acknowledge colors of life. She begins to dream life. She begins imagining about love, affections, friendship, life partner. When she reaches adolescence, she isolates herself and thinks about dream house, friends, life partner. However, Sita Pokhrel couldn't see such dreams that today's youth generation completes dreams stable and mold their lives.
एउटा नाटक जस्तै छ हेर्दा मानव जीवन आफ्नै किसिमका हुन्छन् अनुभूतिहरू सब आफ्नै जीवनका सत्य है घटना लेख्न भो मन भोगेका घटना हुन् यी यसमा छैन कल्पना.
Sita Pokhrel, a rich woman of indomitable courage, putting forward the main mantra that service is religion, has been continuously protecting orphans and helpless children and sharing motherhood since 2044 BS. In the process, she is working as a winner of fortune by building a beautiful future with hundreds of children, providing them food, shelter, and clothes. Sita was born in Jainpur, Bhanjang of Sankhwasabha districts in Bikram Sambat 2006, second child of late father Pandit Lakshmi Narayan Gautam and mother Sarswata Gautam. She passed her childhood happily. In her childhood, she was unaware of the word scarcity. Despite having a large family, she did not have to do any kind of effort for food and daily needs. At that time, there was no school in the village, so despite her desire, she could not study. Her father, Lakshmi Narayan, had started the school in Jainpur at the time so that his and neighbors' children were not deprived of studies due to lack of school. Though childhood days are fresh in her mind, sitting at the foot of a big banyan tree in Jainpur, Bhanjang, his father had identified the Saba letter by teaching Kakhara, but she was deprived of the opportunity to get more education. When she was a child, her father, a lover of nature, used to bring different flowers and plant them. There were plenty of fruit gardens and cattle at home. She spent her childhood playing in the same garden. Being a large family, the village helpers helped her bathing and caring. At that time, there were not many people who came to her house. Sita grew the culture of giving food because she grew up in the mentality of not sending people without giving something to eat.
जो जन्मेको घरमा सम्पन्न परिवार थियो त्यसमा सबै हाम्रा काम गर्ने मान्छे आफ्नो आफ्नो क्षेत्रमा हुन्थे. हामी एकदम सुखले हुर्केको काम भन्ने केही पनि जानेको थिएन. खाने खेल्ने यताउता गर्ने त्यही मात्रै हो. हजुरआमाले सिकाउनुहुन्थ्यो बत्ती काट दुना टपरी गाँस यस्तै कामहरू सिकाउनुहुन्थ्यो. पूजाको धन्दाहरू गर भनेर सिकाउनुहुन्थ्यो. त्यस्तै सिकेको अर्थो केही पनि सिकेको पनि थिएन साँच्चै भन्नुपर्दाखेरि. अब सुख र शैलमा हुर्किए पनि स्कुल थिएन, पढ्न पाइएन. टाढा स्कुल थियो भने दाजुभाइलाई पठाउने, छोरीलाई बाहिर नपठाउने चलन थियो. अनि त्यस्तै अवस्थामा मेरो पिताजीले एउटा बरको फेदमा बच्चाहरू बटुलेर पढाउन थाल्नु गर्दै गर्दै अनि स्कुल बन्यो. स्कुल पनि बन्यो, मेरो बिहा पनि भयो र मैले चाहिँ नि पढ्न पाइनँ. अब त्यस बेलामा पार्टीमा चाहिँ माटोको धुलो राखेर बाँसको कप्टेरा बनाएर लेखाउने चलन थियो. अहिलेको जस्तो त्यो पार्टी हुँदैन थियो, त्यस्तो चलन थियो. त्यसरी चाहिँ मैले अलिअलि सामु अक्षर मात्रै चिनेको हो. त्यति सामु अक्षर चिनेको भरमा कख मात्रै त्यतिको भरमा चाहिँ नि म अगाडि बढेको.
Growing up in maternal home, she had no idea of marriage. But the matter of marriage began when she was 12. Even after hearing that she could not stay in her parents' lap for a few years after marriage, she agreed to get married, giving up her desire to do something after study. Then immediately she got married on 19 Jester 2019 BS with Bal Mukunda Pokhrel of 17 years, who was in neighborhood from her uncles and aunts' home. Growing up in Chainpur of Sangkhwa Sabha, she entered to Vijaypur, Dharan as the bride of Bal Mukunda Pokhrel in a completely different and urban setting. Her father's assurance that he would bring back after marriage was limited to one word. After marriage, with the additions of new names of the relationship, the guards of responsibility and duty gradually touched her.
बिहा गरेर अर्काको घरमा जानुपर्छ भन्ने पनि थिएन, तर सानैमा बिहा गर्ने चलन थियो त्यतिखेर। अब कता कताबाट पनि मलाई कुरा आयो र अनि अब शङ्खसभा जिल्ला टाढा, अनि मेरो श्रीमानजीको घर धरान हो विजयपुरमा, वहाँदेखि बुवाले ल्याएर अनि यतातिर मेरो साना बसानीमाको घर थियो, उहाँहरूले सबै कुरा छिनेर रेडी गर्नुभएछ अनि अन्जान मान्छेलाई ल्याएर बिहा गरेर दिनुभएको 12 वर्षको उमेरमा। अनि बिहा भन्ने थाहा पाएपछि म रुएँ। अनि बुवाले भन्नुभयो कि अनि बिहा गर्ने फेरि तिमीलाई लिएर जाने हो नि त, अनि पढ्ने अनि छोरी ठुली भएर मात्रै पठाउने भनेर भन्नुभयो। होला भन्थेँ, भरे त कहाँ हुनु, बिहा गरेर छोडेर जानुभयो। जसो तसो अब हावाहुरी बतास उताप चढाव भयो अनि दिनहरू बित्दै गए। अन्जान नै जस्तोमा ठुली छोरी 17 वर्षको उमेरमा जन्मेकी, त्यसै 1-1.5 वर्ष 1.5-2 वर्षको फरक गरेर 4वटा सन्तान भए।
After marriage, she continued to pursue life according to the custom of that time. But since she was very young, the memories of her parents continued to haunt her. If her own people are not the same, then in the society of others, she molds herself as far as possible in the role of in-law. It was only after a long time that her life continued to move forward in the old style, because the daily turmoil of the house and the memories of her parents continued to haunt her. As her husband continued to pursue his studies, she gradually changed as she grew older. Life became easier when her husbands began doing job. Sita, a mother of 2 sons and 2 daughters, perhaps had the privilege of becoming a mother of hundreds on her forehead, and that's why she never lost, always moved forward boldly. Her husband was only 17 years old at the time of marriage. After 12 years of marriage, Sita's husband, Bal Mukunda Pokhrel, has become a shield of Sita, who is brave enough to accept the family of others as her own and face the whole situation. She says her life became easier because her parents and husband became backbone for her maternal home and her home respectively. Born in 2002 BS, her husband Bal Mukunda Pokhrel had served for 4 years in land reform since 2022 BS. After 3 years of rest, Pokhrel again worked in the cooperative society from 2029 to 2052. Pokhrel, who has studied up to graduation and after 27 years of professional service experience, has been a member and patron of the executive committee of the same ashram since Bikram Samvat 2044 and helping to fulfill the aim of Sita.
अब ऊ पनि बालक, म पनि बालक, अब बालक बिहा गरेर आइयो। अब त्यो एउटा चाहिँ के अरे उही बेहुलै बेहुली खेले जस्तो चाहिँ भयो। त्यो बिहा गरेको कुराहरूमा पनि आफूलाई त्यो बिहाको जिम्मेवारीको पनि महसुस त्यति थिएन भन्नु पर्यो कि। तर पनि मैले कसो जिम्मेवार भन्ने कुरा मैले महसुस गरेँ। त त्यो रूपले मैले एउटा बाल्यकालमा हुर्किँदै ऊ पनि बाल्यकालमा हुर्किँदै अब साँच्चै भने पनि उनले त्यो घर व्यवहार के हो जानेकै थिएन, सिकेकै थिएन। सासु आमालाई सहयोग गर्ने पनि उनको ठुलो हात छ। उनको ती बालबालिकाहरू हुर्काउनलाई पनि ठुलो देन छ।
छोराछोरीहरूलाई म सधैँ के भन्थेँ भने हेर तिमीहरूलाई मात्रै हुर्काउने बढाउने पढाउने मेरो होइन, म तिनीहरूलाई पढाउँथेँ गीतबाट नाचबाट त्यस्तो गरेर सिकाउँथेँ कि क ख ग ग ग भन्दै सिकाउँथेँ, नजान्ने मान्छे नै आउँथ्यो। अनि त्यो झन् कान्छी छोरी त नि सानैदेखि नि डेढ वर्षको थिएँ नाच्थेँ कस्तो भनेर अहिले पनि डान्स गर्छेँ। अनि त्यसरी म सिकाउँथेँ है, हेर बाबु तिमीहरूलाई मैले त्यो मात्रै होइन, ठुलो भएर यस्तो गर्नुपर्छ, तिमीहरू 15 वर्ष पुगेपछि आमा बाबुसँग बस्ने होइन, तिमीहरूले आफै गरी खानुपर्छ, 15 वर्षसम्ममा एसएलसी पास गर्नुपर्छ, अनि आफै पढ्नुपर्छ, कमाउनुपर्छ, पढ्नुपर्छ। म चाहिँ कस्तोलाई गर्छु थाहा छ, जसको कोही छैन दुःख पाएको छ त्यस्तोलाई सेवा गर्छु, बुझ्यौ भन्दा अँध्यारो मुख फुल्लाउँथेँ के भन्नु गाउँमा त्यसो भन्थेँ। ठ्याक्कै भनेको कुरा पुग्यो, कति कुराहरू सोचेको कुरा पनि पुग्दो रहेछ जस्तो लाग्छ क्या, मेरा कुराहरू पुगेका छन्। छोराछोरी जस्तो होस् भनेको थिएँ मैले, उस्तै भयो।
In this way, Sita's 4 children born from her own womb who got cultural education that they should be good and capable people rather than being big since childhood, and are now able and responsible to take care of the family as well as their profession. Now they are helping and taking good care of their parents and mothers even if they are away. This is how our children admire the courage of our mother who has crossed 7 decades of life.
हामीलाई पनि आमाले सुरुमा शिक्षामा जोड दिएर, बुवा आमाले नै शिक्षामा जोड दिएर पैसा सम्पत्ति कमाउनेतिर नलागेर शिक्षा नै ठुलो कुरा हो, शिक्षा भए पनि यिनीहरूले गरी खान्छन् भन्ने उद्देश्य राखेर हामीलाई शिक्षा दिनुभयो। त्यसै अनुसारले हामीले पनि समझदारीतामा आमाहरूले गर्न लागेको कामलाई समर्थक गर्यौँ मानसिक रूपमा।
हामी 4 जनाकी आमाले हामीलाई जन्म दिई शिक्षा दीक्षा प्रदान गरी लालन पालन गरी हामीलाई हुर्काउनु बढाउनुमा नै एक सङ्घर्षपूर्ण र चुनौतीपूर्ण रूपमा रहेको थियो। यसको बावजुद हाम्री आमाले अन्य कयौँको सङ्ख्यामा रहेका बालबालिकाहरूको लालन पालन शिक्षा दीक्षा प्रदान गर्नुमा नै एक उदाहरणीय छ। आमाले विगत 30-40 वर्षको इतिहासमा पुर्याउनु भएको योगदान सेवाको गाथाभित्र अनेकौँ चुनौतीपूर्ण सङ्घर्षको यात्रा अस्मरणीय र उदाहरणीय छ। आमाको माया ममता यसरी नै फैली फुलिरहोस्, हाम्रो यही कामना छ।
आमा एउटा धरती माता, पृथ्वी माता, अर्को लक्ष्मी माता। कहिले अभावको अनुभव हुन दिनु भएन आमाले। यदि लक्ष्मी माता नहुनु भएको भए कसरी 200 जनाभन्दा बढी भाइ बहिनीले हुर्काउनुहुन्थ्यो। आमासँग अथाह ज्ञान छ, आध्यात्मिक ज्ञान। मेरो आमा त एउटा कवियत्री पनि हो, त्यो मलाई बाटो देखाउने, आध्यात्मिक बाटो, जीवनको बाटो दिने आमा। एकजना महिला जसको चाहिँ एउटा 12 वर्षको उमेरमा बिहा भएर स्कुल पनि जान नपाइकन त्यत्रो ठुलो काम गर्नुभएको छ भने शिक्षा पाएको मान्छेहरूले त्यो अनुसारले गर्न सक्यो भने कति गर्न सकिन्थ्यो होला। त्यो भगवान् भन्ने कुरा आफैभित्र हुन्छ भन्ने प्रमाण आमा बाबाभन्दा ठुलो अरू कुनै छैन। उहाँहरूको जिन्दगी नै एउटा प्रमाण भएको छ।
आमाले अब यो आश्रम सुरु गर्नुभएको पनि 40 वर्ष जस्तो हुन लागिसक्यो। धेरै सयौँ छोराछोरीहरू हुर्काएर पठाउनु भएको छ। अब हामी चाहिँ सानैदेखि बाहिरै छौँ, तर आमाले हुर्काएको बच्चाहरू अब संसारभरि फैलिएको छन्। अहिले सानो सानो बच्चाहरू मात्रै होइन, हजुरआमाहरूलाई पनि धेरै सहयोग गर्नुभएको छ। त्यहाँ आश्रय दिनुभएको छ आश्रममा।
The eldest son, the youngest daughter, and the youngest son are staying in America with their own family, and one daughter lives in Kathmandu. But Sita prefers to call herself as the mother of hundreds of children, even though she has given birth to 4 children. Since she had not studied, she did not have much choice about what else to do. Her father was Pandit at maternal home. Sita, who had listened to religious books and stories, also had a feeling that charity is the great religion. One morning in Bikram Samvat 2040, while sitting in the camp of Biratnagar, a 12-year-old and innocent girl's calls of mother stirred the affection in her as if it is the first meeting between a mother and daughter who have been separated for years and years. Her affection turned to compassion in such a way that tears were flowing from the cheeks of her eyes. She was cut off when she sees a young girl, like her own daughter, who was forced to give up all hesitation in front of a stranger and ask for help and some food. Seeing the girl's curvy lips and hungry face, and hearing that she was ousted from the house after her mother died and her father brought another wife, Sita Pokhrel wanted to pour out all her motherhood by embracing her. Then she gave her food and water. When the girl said compassionately, "Mother, keep me here," Sita could not refuse her request. Touching with motherly affection, she convinced her that she would take care of her. As she said this, there were not only tears rolling in her eyes, but there was also a soft smile on her lips. At that moment of combination of tears and happiness that are rarely found in people, the same loving mother Sita was eager to share her stories of struggles and success. Sita's heart was shocked by the tragic incident of a girl who had to come suddenly to the street from a beautiful world. Further, when the girl says that there are more victims in a neighborhood, she goes to the village and rescues other 3 children. Her husband, Bal also praises his wife Sita for her virtuous work. Then the idea of running an ashram for such affected children arises, and then the Biratnagar's first child ashram, Purbanchal orphanage, was born.
छोरी भनेको हामी लक्ष्मी भन्छौँ होइन, एउटा छोरी कता कताबाट आइपुगिन् होइन, त्यही छोरीबाट सुरु भयो। अनि हुँदाहुँदै 1, 2, 3 गर्दै गर्दै बढ्दै गए छोराछोरीहरू। पछि चाहिँ यो आश्रमलाई 44 सालमा आएर हामीले दर्ता गऱ्यौँ। दर्ता गर्न त्यसबाट धेरै गाह्रो थियो, 4 वर्ष लाग्यो दर्ताको प्रोसेस गर्दाखेरि।
The role of mother was not completed after giving birth from her own womb. She had a different love for children. That's why she was eager to give motherhood to the children. At that time, she thought that her own children would reach somewhere and decided to make them her own children. A mother of 4 children, she decided to continue adding children from the very same day. It was not easy to satisfy the hunger of children who are hungry for mother's love. The first girl who came in contact with Sita revived the urge to do some charity work in the society. She had courage to love other children as her own. After that, she became the mother of 1, 2, 3, and many children. Sita, who had been doing social service for 5 years with the main mantra, conviction that service is religion, registered an institution named Purbanchal Orphanage at District Administration Office, Biratnagar, Morang on 18 Jesta, Bikram Sambat 2044, to give shape to the social work. After that, Sita, as chairman, has been continuing her social work. About 4 years later, the organization came into operation. The name of the orphan has been revised, and now the name of the organization has been changed to Purbanchal Bal Sewa Ashram. It was difficult to save her dreams, which were born of her desire. Her shoulders were getting heavy due to the responsibilities of innocent children's future, who were searching mother's affection in ashram and eagerness of helping the helpless. The only reason behind this was there was no income source in the beginning. It was very difficult for her and for other representatives to provide food, shelter, and clothes to the children. The main subject of concern for her was that of providing food to them in such worse situation. In the beginning, the base of operating the institution was the campaign of collecting 1 handful rice and monthly 2 rupees donation from each household. At the time, she began donation program from late Pandit Bedraj Sharma's home. After getting the approval of municipality, many people donated, including the former Prime Minister Krishna Prasad Bhattrai.
सानो रूपबाट जान्छु मैले अब जीवन त्याग गरेँ भनेदेखि मलाई भिक्षुक जस्तो भएर हिँड्छु भिक्षुक भएर बच्चा पाल्ने त्यस्तो चाहिँ मलाई सोच आयो क्या अनि मुठीदानको लागि एउटा रजिस्टर अहिले पनि 6 लाख त्यतिखेरको 40 वर्ष अगाडिको कुरा छ अनि मुठी दाताहरूको नाम लेख्दै गएँ अनि घरमा गएर मलाई यसरी मुठी दान दिनुपर्छ कसरी भन्ने त्यसरी थाहा पनि पाउँदैन थियो भात पकाउनलाई निकालेको चामलबाट एक मुठी झिकेर एउटा डिब्बामा राखिदिनु एक मुठी पनि गाह्रो हुन्छ भने यति 3 अम्लाले जति आउँछ त्यति राखिदिनु एकदम श्रद्धा र प्रेमले मलाई दिनु भनेर म भन्थेँ अनि त्यस्तो गर्दै अनि त्यसपछि चाहिँ अनि महिनाको 2 रुपैयाँ उही चामल दिने मुठीदाताहरूसँग मैले मागेँ
Children up to 8 years comes in this institution. The institution was began with 3 children and now it has 205 children who are getting motherhood as well as protection. 153 have already taken leave from the ashram and now there are 52 children and 10 worldless people getting shelter. Pokhrel has been providing proper education to all children. Her sons and daughters are working in various sectors who have taken leave from ashram and 32 daughters got married from the ashram.
यही बच्चाहरूसँग बिहानदेखिको बच्चाहरूलाई बिहानै चाहिँ अब चिया खाजा खाने खान्छन् गर्छन् सबैले अब हेर्छु खाएन भन्छु त्यसपछि पढाउन आउने टिचरहरू हुन्छन् कस्तो पढाउँछन् टिचरहरूले भन्छु त्यो यिनीहरूको हेर्छु त्यसपछि स्कुल जाने बेला हुन्छ बच्चाहरू खाना खान जान्छन् उनीहरूको टिफिन हाल्न चाहिँ मलाई नै रमाइलो लाग्छ क्या बट्टा ल्याएर थुपादिन्छन् मेरो छेउमा अनि सबै बट्टा प्याक गर्ने टिफिन हाल्ने काम गर्छु बच्चाहरू नि आउँछन् सबै युनिफर्म लाएर रेडी भएर आश्रममा डिब्बा हातमा राखिन्छु सबैजनालाई अनि स्कुल पठाउँछु हेर्छु खुसी लाग्छ अब फेरि बच्चाहरू भरे दिउँसो स्कुलबाट आउँछन् फेरि आउँदा खाजा खान्छन् हेर्यो अब त्यसपछि यिनीहरू एकछिन खेल्छन् बेलुका फेरि सबैको जम्मा भएर भजन गर्ने चलन छ हाम्रो एकछिन अनि त्यो भजन कीर्तन गर्छन् त्यसपछि खाना खान्छन् यतिकै बेलुकासम्म मेरो 9 बजेसम्म चाहिँ मेरो ड्युटी सकिँदैन
Ashram is just shelter for the viewers, but it is the home for the children who are growing in it, and it is their lives where they can see the dreams and grow their dreams.
थोरै मान्छेहरू मात्रै हुन्छन् संसारमा जो चाहिँ तपाईको करुणाको भावनाले ओतप्रोत भएको मान्छेहरू कम हुन्छन् त्यसमध्ये हाम्रो आमा पनि एकजना हो मलाई जन्म नदिने भए पनि कर्म दिने भनौँ अनि विभिन्न हिसाबले चाहिँ म आमा नै भन्छु त्यो हिसाबले मानवीय हिसाबले र समाज सेवाको हिसाबले चाहिँ उहाँ चाहिँ उदाहरणीय नै हुनुहुन्छ एउटै आमाले आफ्नो सन्तानको लागि मात्रै गरे हुन्छ भने सीता आमाले चाहिँ धेरै अनाथ भएका असहाय बेसहारा बालबालिकाहरूलाई संरक्षण दिने अनि बेसहारा तपाईको छोराछोरी नहेरेका वृद्ध आमा बुवाहरूलाई पनि ल्याएर जुन संरक्षण गर्नुभएको छ त्यो चाहिँ अरू आमा भनेको एउटा आफ्नो सन्तानको आमा हो भने उहाँ चाहिँ सबै बेसहाराहरूको चाहिँ आमा हो
यो घरको भनौँ जेठो छोरामा म पर्दछु अब यहाँबाट बसिसकेपछि राम्रै छ अहिले गरी खाइदिइरहेछ र अब आउने दिनहरूमा चाहिँ हामी यहाँबाट बितिसकेको छोरोहरू सबैजना मिलेर यही संस्थालाई हामी निरन्तरता सहयोग गरिरहेछौँ.
Keeping in mind the areas in which children want to go, music training, dance, badminton, football, yoga, volleyball, carom board, TV for entertainment have also been kept in the ashram, so that the children do not have to kill their inner capacity. Sita ran the ashram by renting a house for 8 years. In the meantime, she says that she had to face many difficulties. While operating the ashram, the promise given by the landlord that the house had to be vacated repeatedly was very, very painful. Words can't express the pain of not being able to pay house rent on time. She had bitter reality of hiding herself when landlord came to ask for rent. But with the grace and deeds of God and the help and the donation of donors, the ashram, which started from the rented house, now has 2 bigha, 10 katha, 10 dhur land, well-equipped building, community building, joy hut, cow shed, kitchen, garage, Sighar, etc. in the name of the ashram. The main building of the ashram was constructed under the active leadership of Dr. James Thompson, representative of the Rotary Club of Canada. Similarly, the oldest ashram building, cow shed and one building were constructed with the help of Dr. Ms. Vijaya Lakshmi Shrestha, a resident of Kathmandu.
यो मैले यति दुःख गरेर जग्गा जोडेँ, यो पास गरेर कति गरेर यो घर बस्नेहरू बनाएँ। अब यो अक्षय कोष जम्मा गर्दैछु हैन। अब यो अक्षय कोषको पैसा चाहिँ भोलि गएर झिकेर यसलाई खर्च गर्ने मास्ने म त सधैँ रहन्न हैन, सधैँ अर्को कमिटी होला पछि म पछि, त यसलाई चाहिँ झिकेर खर्च नगरून्, अन्तैबाट चाहिँ स्रोत जुटाएर आश्रम सञ्चालन हो। सदा यसरी नै बालवृद्धहरूले सुरक्षा पाउन्, यहाँ हुर्केका बच्चाहरू विभिन्न क्षेत्रमा पुगुन्, राम्रा हुन्, असल हुन्, स्वावलम्बी हुन्, सेवाको भावना भएका हुन् भन्ने चाहिँ मेरो इच्छा छ।
Now many of Sita's children have become parents. After study, most of the children are standing on their feet. Children who have left the ashram come to see their mothers time to time. They call. The funniest part is that the ashram is the maternal house for them, where they come to celebrate Dasai. They miss her during Mata Tirtha Ausi. She says that she forgets all the sorrows of the past when her daughter and son-in-law comes in their cars to meet her. The ashram's father, her husband, Bal Mukunda, is a nature lover. At present, there are fruit gardens which are planted by Bal Mukunda. Due to the rearing of cows, children are growing up by eating cow's milk from the ashram. Whether it is a garden or a cow, it is always under the supervision of Bal Mukunda. Now, her husband has also been giving time to the ashram. From the income of the ashram to the problem faced in the ashram, he is directly participating in it and is walking as Sita's charioteer.
उनले मलाई बाल्यकालमा जसरी सहज रूपमा मलाई एउटा बाहिर चाहिँ परिवेश चाहिँ जाहिर खाने ओर्ने वातावरण मलाई चाहिँ के अरे दिन, त्यस्तै अब म पनि अब यसै जागिर छोडेपछि अब म पनि त्यसै आइडियल भएर किन बस्ने, मैले भित्र सम्हाल्ने, उनले बाहिर सम्हाल्ने, बाहिर हेर्ने, बाहिर सम्पर्क गर्ने, बाहिर गएर कलेक्सन गरेर ल्याउने, खुवाउने प्याउने, म चाहिँ यहाँ यिनीहरूको घरको रेखदेख गर्ने। अब बाबुले जे कर्तव्य गर्नु पर्थ्यो त्यही कर्तव्य चाहिँ म भित्र बसेर निभाउँथेँ। यो हामी एक्लैले गरेको भन्न मिल्दैन, किनभने यसमा समाजका सबै वर्ग र चाहिँ के अरे हामीलाई सहयोग सहायता दिने एउटा समिति पनि छ, कार्यकारिणी समिति। अब त्यो कार्यकारिणी समितिले पनि हामीलाई यो हामीले गरेको कामलाई उहाँहरूले पनि बेला मौकामा र समय अनुकूल सहयोग सहायता पनि दिनुभएको छ।
The human body is perishable. It is not immortal. After being born on the earth, one day one must die. This is true. Understanding this truth, Sita has not been taking the latter part of her life. She says that old age is just a matter of thought, but if a person becomes active, she can remain active till the end of her life. Her views matches in the lives of some people. Sita says that the happiness on the faces of her young children always refreshes and makes her feel that she has to do more, and it does not allow her to lean towards old age. Tomorrow, even if she is not physically here, she says that she will see this ashram from above. She says she is confident that some good person will come to see the ashram that she has brought up to here. Sita, who is 73 years old now, considers the time spent in the struggle as her age. That's why she calls herself just of 45 years. Courageous and compassionate Sita Pokhrel has been associated with many organizations. She has won the hearts of many people by being honored from many national and international organizations.
सीता आमा भनेको चाहिँ साँच्चीकै भन्ने हो भने एउटा पूर्वाञ्चल बाल आश्रमको आमा मात्रै होइन, उहाँलाई मैले चाहिँ एउटा देवी भगवानको रूपमा चाहिँ भन्न चाहन्छु। किनभने साँच्चीकै भगवान ईश्वर अल्लाह खोज्नलाई टाढा गइराख्नु पर्दैन। सीता आमालाई देखेपछि एउटा देवीको रूपमा भन्न चाहन्छु म उहाँलाई। एउटा सीमित व्यक्तिको र एउटा कसैको आमा होइन, उहाँ सम्पूर्ण दुखी पीडितहरूको आमा हो। त्यसकारण सीता आमालाई मैले भगवानको रूपमा नमन गर्न चाहन्छु। साथै अहिले सम्पत्ति भएर वा डिग्री होल्डरहरू ठुला चाहिँ शैक्षिक योग्यता लिनेहरू ठुलो चाहिँ सम्पत्तिवालाहरूको चाहिँ सम्पत्ति वा डिग्रीहरूको अगाडि सीता आमाको चाहिँ योगदानको चाहिँ तुलनै गर्न मिल्दैन, त्यसको अगाडि फिका पर्छ। त्यसकारण सीता आमा भनेको साक्षात् एउटा भगवान र देवीको रूपमा मान्न सकिन्छ र म उहाँलाई त्यसरी नै नमन गर्छु जहिले।
आमा एउटा भगवान जस्तै हुनुहुन्छ होइन, किनकि उहाँले अहिले भएको बच्चाहरूलाई कसरी आफ्नै नानी जस्तो राखेर यस्तो सानैदेखि ल्याएर हुर्काएर कस्तो ठुलो बनाउनु भएको छ, सबैलाई आफ्नो ठाउँमा पढ्नेलाई सेटल गरेर सबै कुरो राम्रो बनाइदिनु भएको छ। र हामीले पनि उहाँबाट के सिक्यौँ भन्दाखेरि आफ्नो जिन्दगीमा भएसम्म जति हुन्छ समाजमा सेवा गर्नु पर्यो।
मैले उहाँलाई 18 वर्षदेखि निहाल्ने मौका पाएँ, त्यो मेरो सौभाग्य रह्यो। उहाँमा एउटा कुरा त धैर्यता छ, दोस्रो निरन्तरता छ। उहाँलाई चाहिँ ईश्वरले नै समाज सेवा गर्न पठाएको जस्तो लाग्छ। किनभने म के भन्छु भने आफ्नो घरलाई सम्हाल्दै र देशमा हेल्पलेस भएका बालबालिकाहरूलाई, सडकमा छरिएका बालबालिकाहरूलाई, आमा बाबु नभएका बालबालिकाहरूलाई अर्थात् अनाथ बालबालिकाहरूलाई पनि आफ्नै छोराछोरी सर एउटै पाखुरामा सुताएर, एउटै अङ्गालोमा राखेर, एउटै कोठामा, एउटै भान्सामा राखेर उहाँले जुन बालबालिकाहरूको सेवा गर्नुभयो, त्यो चाहिँ उहाँको कुरा चाहिँ प्रशंसनीय लाग्छ।
आमाको मूल मन्त्र नै मानव सेवा गर्नु हो। आमाले आफ्नो सम्पूर्ण जीवन मानव सेवामै समर्पित गर्नुभएको छ। आमालाई देख्दा मलाई यस्तो लाग्छ कुनै महान दार्शनिकको किताब पढे जस्तो। उहाँको बारे जति बोले पनि जति लेखे पनि कम हुन्छ। हाम्रो महान आमालाई मेरो हार्दिक नमन छ।
उहाँ मानवसेवी समाजसेवी त हुँदै हो र समाजसेवी मानवसेवी पनि कस्तो भने नेपालको एउटा गाउँमा जन्मेर विराटनगर आएर बसेर सालनालसित भेटिएका बच्चाहरूलाई समेत ल्याएर उहाँले पाल्नुभयो, वृद्धहरूको सेवा गर्नुभयो। यसलाई मैले महान काम भनेको छु र महान समाजसेवी हुनुहुन्छ सीता पोखरेलजी।
People often think only about themselves. They struggle all their life to get a good job, house, happiness, and relax. But there are also good people like Sita in the society who ignore their whole life and work day and night to make their lives of others beautiful. It is easier to build yourself, but it is very difficult to make others worthy of the society.
मलाई हरेक पाइलामा साथ दिनुभएको छ र अब उहाँको अवस्था पनि एकदमै अप्ठ्यारो हुँदै गएको छ। मेरो पनि त्यस्तै छ। अब होला भगवानको कृपाले केही न केही होला, चल्ला। अब यत्रो एउटा वृक्ष बनाइदिएको छ, लाग्छ कि यो वृक्षको फेदमा चौतारी छ, यो चौतारीमा आएर ओत लाग्ने पाउन्, बाल वृद्धहरूले ओत लाग्न पाउन्, खान पाउन्, लाउन पाउन्, शिक्षा पाउन् भने जस्तो लाग्छ। सधैँभरि समुद्र जस्तो बगिरहोस्, यो आश्रम चलिरहोस्। दाताहरू यत्तिकै हुन्, म हुँ नहुँ, तर दाताहरू यति आएर सहयोग गरिरहन्। भगवानले सबैको कल्याण गरून्, सबैको जय होस्। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा किञ्चित् दुःख वा भवेत्। सबैकोलाई दुःख सबैलाई दुःख नहोस्, सबै असल हुन्, राम्रो हुन्, सुखी हुन्, सबैको घरमा शान्तिले छाओस्।
A compassionate mother makes her children able to stand in society even when she's done. Sita Pokhrel is the name of a mother who has done such sacrifice. Thousands of children who have been thrown out on the streets and forced to go on the streets are waiting for a mother like Sita Pokhrel to be rescued. Best wishes to Mother Sita Pokhrel for the rest of her life and additional planning, who has been dedicating her life in the service of others.